Please stand up and move to our living room or the coffee table. Our small community consists of family members living off-grid to lead a sustainable life and to fulfill their grandparents' and parents' work of creating an off-grid homestead. This Temporary Autonomous Zone, or TAZ, is located on the coast of Unalaska, Alaska. Mr. and Mrs. King were born in 1945. It was their original idea to create an off-grid homestead and for their children to continue this reality. They died in 2010, leaving a plot of land and fund money to their 6 children. Their children have children, and most of all the children grew up in Unalaska, like their grandparents and parents. They sent out an invitation to extended family who moved away to come live off-grid and help maintain the TAZ. Some family members who had moved away agreed to join those already in Alaska and to move to their grandparents' homestead. Groups have decided to leave their society to develop a better society. Some want to live equally, be independent in life, and others want to live with the outside world. Examples of groups who have left their society are utopian communities, hippie communities, and off-grid communities today. Utopian communities responded to poverty and inequality, and they were formed because people wanted to live in equality and peace. Religious beliefs often motivated them to create a community of shared faith and equality between men and women. The counterculture was when people in the United States in the 1960s wanted to live a free and different type of life, do drugs, and be away from society that focused on money and materialism. They also opposed the war in Vietnam. Due to this, the hippies in the 1960s and 70s began forming communities. These communities were made for people that had some peaceful mindset. They created large farms and grew their own food. One last example of groups forming a society different from the ones they come from are off-grid communities today. These groups of people moved away from cities and to live without electricity, water systems, and other modern conveniences. They plant food, they harvest, and they create wind turbine masts to use natural energy generators that generate electricity. Everyone who goes off-gridding relies on each other to live. They unite together to do things like build homes, find food, etc. They survive because they unite and communicate with each other.
Our off-grid TAZ is located in Unalaska, Alaska. It is March 15, 2017. It snows approximately 24 inches every year, and the temperature is about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. The maximum wind speed is around 18 miles per hour. The amount of land we have is 15 acres. We have access to fishing waters and hunting lands. We also have access to fresh water. We have access to farmable land to grow fresh vegetables and fresh fruits as well. In the TAZ, there are 7 families, and they all decided to make a community of families off the grid. There are 36 people in this TAZ. This included a single mom from Chicago, USA, with 2 children, and a mom and dad with a small child from Toronto, Canada. These family members were people who lived in the big city and were not happy with the school education system and how they were academic and not focused on real-life situations in the environment. It was also a chance to be with their family. The families moved up to Unalaska in 2017 by plane and met the rest of the family members in the nearest town to then venture out to the homestead and continue what their parents and grandparents had started. They then learned how everything worked and connected with their families and were happy to leave their stressful lives of doubt behind.
Please engage the project team with some questions about their building and problem-solving processes. On the map side of your exhibition guide, you will find some sample questions.